Hey guys, Tom Derzapolsky here. I'm your board president at Venture Out, and I want to show you what came in the mail today. A Venture Out package, all right? I need you to open this up and take a look at it. Reach out to me if you have any questions, but most importantly, and the sooner the better, if you could return this to Venture Out. There's an envelope enclosed. We're about to take a look at this package so you know what's in here. But in Florida, the Florida statute requires us to ask members for permission when we do certain things. There's nothing in here dramatic that's happening, but nevertheless, I need you to pay attention to it, fill it out, and send it back. So let's take a look real quick, see what we got in here. Sorry, I'm sitting on my deck in Tallahassee. All right, open it up here. So, we've got an envelope so that you can return this. All you have to do is put a stamp on it after you fill out your proxy and your ballot. There's a really incredibly well-written letter from me. I'm joking. But this has some instructions on it. So take a look at this. It's pretty straightforward. Again, you can call me, email me, or the front office if you have any questions. To save paper and money, we printed on both sides. So this is the official meeting notice where we will open these and count them officially in a public setting, ensure there's a lot of integrity in the process, and then close that meeting. So that's the meeting notice and a letter from me. And then here's an overview and background on the items. You'll notice that we're talking, the first item has to do with how we take in money. And it explains it here, but essentially, if we receive that money and keep it, it's taxable income. But if we roll it a certain way according to IRS codes, it keeps us from being taxed. So you'll see that the board's recommending that you support this small change. There's item number 2. In the front office, there's a side that has had couches and books and is rarely used. And our manager brought our proposal for us to put a little mart in there with some convenience items. If you needed milk one morning, or you ran out of cereal, you got in late and you needed coffee, some things like that would be really convenient for our owners. But because we're changing the use of that space from what it currently is to something else, it requires that we ask your permission. So if you'll say yes, please add a convenient mart there. Or listen, if you don't like any of these, you could say no. I hope you'll say yes. Item number 3, we passed previously a special assessment. And what we're doing, and there's a photograph of here of the pavilion, is we would like to attach the pavilion to the existing pool structure. So it looks like one continuous, carefully planned amenity rather than kind of patched together. If you can imagine being at an event and you want to use the bathrooms at the pool house in the back, but because it's detached, you have to, if it were to be raining, you'll go from the pavilion through the rain to the bathroom. Just kind of seems silly, right? But again, there's some wording on there that we need your support for you to say, yes, please do that. You'll also notice that we're not asking for any more money. We've already passed the assessment. We plan on moving forward with those assessment dollars for this project. So we don't need any more money, no new assessment. Just need your permission to do that. And then the last item here, there is a very small piece of land. We got a picture outside of Venture Out when you go towards the state park. We have a funky shaped little triangle area, and it's gated. And the state or the county put a driveway there for us when they did the sidewalks a while back. But that is not being used for anything. And we believe there is some utility that would benefit the community. So we're asking for your permission to change that from a blank, unused parcel of land that you own, I own, we all own, and allow us to use it for, it lists several examples of things we could use it for, but it could be overflow, parking of boats, it could be some other sort of maintenance function. But we want to have that utility to maximize that on behalf of the owners. So those are the items you actually vote on. This often causes people all kinds of heartache. I want to explain it to you because I owned my place for a few years before I really participated in voting, and I got this and I was like, what? I don't understand. It's called limited proxy and vote. So you'll see here that you're gonna write in your unit number. This is important. So you're gonna write in, for me, it's $3.99. I'll write my unit number, okay? And then if you wanna let the board president, which would be me, be your proxy, you do not need to write a name in there. And all that means is I'm there presiding over the meeting. I observe the collection, the opening, the counting of the ballots, I see that the process is handled on your behalf, all right? I don't vote for you. You fill this out and vote. Your vote counts however you vote, all right? Sometimes people write a name in, like, I don't trust the board. I'm gonna write a name of a person in there. If you write a name of a person in there, they have to be at the meeting, physically at the meeting for the duration of the meeting in order for your ballot to count. And being that I can't change your vote, do what you wish, but there's no reason to kind of put a special name there unless you wish. And then after you fill that out, we've got item 1. We talked about these items. It gives a brief description and it says, please check yes or no. Item 2, item 3, item 4, date, sign. And this is what we want to get back from you. The envelope that we give you, put a stamp on it and send it back. This takes, assuming you read it and say, I like all these things, 90 seconds. Boom, and you're done. And it's really important. You don't have to serve on a committee. You don't have to run for the board, but you have to vote. That's kind of like something that I think we should all do. It keeps boards honest. When we see that there's a high participation of voting, that means our owners are paying attention and that we're held accountable to them. When you have communities where like nobody participates, I think you'll find that the board can run like the Wild West and do whatever they wish. There's another option. It's called Becker Ballot. Some people want to vote online. This is an approved software that is secure. It's electronic balloting, so there's instructions here if you're interested in that. You can skip the whole paper thing and vote online. That's it, man. So when you get this envelope, you may have already gotten it. Fill it out. Do your part. Vote. Be heard. And that's all. Have a good one.